Welcome to Mystic Moon, you guys. It's the last one of the year. So welcome, come on in, get a meditation. And we're excited to go into 2021, aren't we? What can we learn? What can we learn? Let's see. Hey everyone coming in. Welcome. Come and join. Join the party. Hi y'all. We're almost to the end of the year. Can we believe it? Can we believe it? I can't. I can't. I hope you guys' new moon full moon has been going good. It's been a little emotional for me over here. Hey, y'all. Wave it, wave it, wave it. Wave it, wave it. Hey. Mystic Moon. It's the cold moon. Okay, straight hair.
No, I just literally just finished it like 7:52.
So cute.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. I get my rib.
You know what's funny is I actually, when I was straightening it, I had it in two little puffs, and I was like, that would be so much fun if I wore it like that. And I was like, she had hers like that too, and here you are with your hair in the puffs.
Yes, they're still here. Girl, when I put them, sometimes I'm just like, okay, I don't know how long it's going to be. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, who knows?
It is what it is.
So, welcome everyone that's coming in. Hey, welcome. It is our last Mystic Moon of the year, which is crazy. We started February, so we missed the wolf moon in the beginning of the year, which was actually in Cancer. So how it's ending is how it began, which is super full circle. So that's exciting. This is the cold moon. So like we've learned throughout the year, the Native Americans corresponded the moon names with what's going on in the environment. It's cold outside, so the cold moon.
Self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory, that one. It is in Cancer. So I think actually, I've heard something, I was listening to a podcast. This might be the 4th time the moon has been in Cancer this year. In like different, something about Cancer and the moon. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about Cancer the moon being in Cancer a lot this year, which makes sense. Obviously, it's in Cancer every month, but it's ruled by Cancer. So if you guys have been feeling extra emotional today, that would be definitely part of it. So it is in its glory being in Cancer. We are in Capricorn season, so we will talk about how those two dynamics play into the energies, because as you guys know, Capricorn, earth energy, very emotionally detached sign. They don't like to get their emotions involved in things. And so with it being in Cancer, the moon in Cancer right now, kind of can get, and we'll talk about, a little muddy, right? Like we want things to be structured and going smooth and everything working, and then our emotions come in and it can get wild and crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I have cried today a couple times, okay? So if you're feeling the emotions, let's feel them. That's the main thing that I want, and I hope that everyone takes away from this tonight, is honoring our emotions, because they're really important, and it's something that I think we should all really understand allows us to guide us. Our emotions guide us. We've been taught so many times that emotions are unreasonable, or they're, whatever, they're too girly, or whatever the case may be. But honestly, your emotions allow you to know what you need to do, or what you need to say, or how you feel is super important. And I hope that we can understand that as we went through this whole year, with all of these crazy emotions, how important it really is to honor those and to feel. The one thing that I wanted to speak about also with Cancer is that, with it being the moon being in Cancer, is that earlier today I looked at the news, and the deaths that have occurred from COVID was like on my birthday, like it ended in 831. And so I was like, wow, that's insane. Obviously it's in the 300,000s. And it just like hit me, like that's not a number, those are people. And I think it's really important and part of our process tonight to honor how all of that makes us feel, how this pandemic has made us feel, how loss is a very real thing, and it can be very messy, but it's important for us to feel all of those feelings and not to numb ourselves from what's going on, because it's part of our humanity. It's part of being human and being alive. So yeah, I'm still feeling quite emotional, to be honest with you, Kisha. I'm still feeling quite emotional. But before we get into Kisha taking us into how these energies are interacting with us energetically, I did do a collective pool. I don't know if you guys saw it on my page, but it's very inspiring, very exciting, and I enjoyed it, so I want to share it with you guys. So I have the star, which is my favorite, and the star is all about knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I think it's so appropriate that this,
Oh, God.
it's so appropriate that this came out, because it's the last full moon and we're almost there, and we truly can see the light and understand that we got through this year. We got through 2020. I mean, insane. And so there is light. We still have faith in what's to come and the hope that the new year will bring. Maybe a little bit more realistic, that Capricorn coming in. We're probably not being as, grand with our resolutions as maybe we were last year. But the light is at the end of the tunnel. And then I got the Lovers card, which is awesome. And this goes back to that connectivity of all of us and the collective emotional roller coaster we've all been on throughout the year, and understanding that love is always there. And in the moon, like we were talking about Cancer being ruled by the moon, it's very nurturing. It's the healer. And it's the mother. It's the mother of the zodiac. And so that loving energy is there for all of us to be mothered by. We're not alone, even in times when we feel like we're alone. And we always have that comfort in the universe, God, the divine, there for us and connecting all of us as humans here on earth. So I love that those two came out, as well as, which I lost it, which is weird. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. But this deck has a bonus card that says everything is fine. So I really thought that was really amazing that those three came out. Everything is fine, y'all. Everything is fine. And even when we feel our feels, everything is gonna be fine. So that's all I'll say about that. Yeah. And we have our 3 giveaways, of course. So.
Oh yes, so we can talk about the giveaways.
So yeah, we'll do Cancer, Moon, Capricorn, Sun, and probably I'll do what's it called? Trivia at the end for the third one. Shout out Majestic Intentions. Thanks for rocking with us all year.
Exactly. I was about to say thank you for being with us and riding these waves. That's the term I noticed I've been using a lot more recently, is people are like, how you doing? I'm like, girl, just riding these waves. Riding these waves. And, with that, it makes sense because everything moves, in cycles and rhythms, there's these waves and influxes, things go up, must go down. It's just everything flowing in between, but that's just universal law, and when you allow yourself to flow with those currents and those tides, emotional tides, then even though at times it might feel like you're fucking drowning,
Yeah.
like you like, can I just come up for air? There is something that happens when you allow yourself to succumb to those emotions, and like we were talking about using those feelings as feedback. We understand that everything that we think and experience and feel has some sort of effect on our reality, right? And that's because those emotions, when we allow ourselves to ride with them, is really just energy in motion, and that's where we end up getting a little imbalanced and finding ourselves suffering in various ways, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, whatever, because we aren't allowing ourselves to truly ride those waves. Or it's almost like we're trying to put up this block or this dam and keep those emotions in, and not really allow them to surface and bring forth all the treasures that they truly can. I like that little analogy.
I do too.
That was channel right there, Hey, yeah. That's what we think is at the depths of the ocean is, hey, treasures and stuff, but you have to go through the darkness to find that. And, if you're going to be one with the universe and all that's happening and in that rhythm and flow, part of that is honoring those dark times within our lives individually as well as a collective. And I personally feel like this whole pandemic has been like the dark night of the soul of humanity. It's just been like deep and wide in so many different ways. But, as we were saying, like, I think feeling those feelings not only gives you feedback, but it also helps you to kind of take stock and accountability of the things that are happening in your life. Because if something doesn't feel good, then something doesn't feel good. It's not right. And the question is, so why is that not right? Why does that not feel good? And going deeper into self and asking yourself those questions instead of just allowing it to pedal to the mind, the whole time. It's like really consciously ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Because a lot of those emotions that we experience are attached to something that we're experiencing on the outside as well, So like, for instance, if you're angry about something, I personally find that when I get upset and angry, for me, it's because I've overstepped my boundaries. I've allowed my boundaries to be stepped on. I've given more than I've received. That imbalance causes me to feel resentful, or just kind of like agitated, things like that. And the more I explore that and give myself permission to feel that, then it helps me to become more aware of those subtleties in that energy that is in motion. And from there, I can, like I said, take stock and accountability, look back and see like, oh, okay, like next time I'll do this different, or next time I'll do that different. Or maybe it's an aspect of your shadow self that's trying to be seen or be illuminated, like the full moon offers us that option, that time to be aware of what it is that may be lying in the darkness. It brings all that to light, but it helps us to reflect on those things. So now that we've received all that awareness and acknowledgement, we can actually release it. And I know that, you were talking about like the mothering aspect, because with the full moon in Cancer, that is like its ruling planet or sign or whatever, however you want to say it, Cancer rules the moon, vice versa. But because of that, Cancer is also first of all, it's one of the cardinal signs of the water element, right? Water represents intuition, feelings, emotions. I think it also represents creativity in a way, sensuality, sexuality, all those things. And being that Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, we actually have this duality of feminism going on, because we have the intuitive, nurturing side, but then with Capricorn being the cardinal sign of the earth signs, you have two powerhouses of like women. And, we look at Earth, which Capricorn is an earth sign. Earth is, we call it Mother Earth, right? So you have the Mother Moon and you have Mother Earth. And here we are in the space in between, and it just allows us to almost be kind of like coddled in a way and being held in that loving space. Because, you know, we come from the earth, and when we leave, we go back into the earth. And once again, we're in this, even in that aspect, you know, whether it's life or death, we're still in this cycle, this rhythm of flow. And I think, you know, the Capricorn aspect allows us to create maybe some structure. I don't know if emotional structure is a thing, but it
Right.
kind of sounds like
No,
a thing now, right? I'm like, it sounds like a thing now.
I like
Um,
it.
yeah, emotional structure, which I guess you could say would be boundaries and so forth. But you know, Capricorn isn't necessarily very like super, I would say, detached from emotions. It can probably seem that way because things can seem pretty cold. Like the earth can be in the wintertime very cold, right? Like the
Right.
full moon,
Right.
full moon, it can be cold as fuck. We're freezing. It feels like there's no mercy. You know, it won't let up because temperatures can really, really drop. But I think with that being said, it's more about not being emotionally cold, but I would say more so about like looking at your emotions in a practical manner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like adding practicality to your emotions. You might feel like, oh, I'm not shit, you know, like, but is that really, you know, I mean, that's what you're feeling, but is that really the practice? No, we're all valuable. We're all worthy. And we were talking, me and Cidnee, y'all, we were talking earlier today about how Capricorn puts a lot of emphasis on, you know, our physical reality and the materialistic things that really support all the creature comforts that we need to have in order to physically survive. So with that, sometimes, you know, with the way the world has worked this past year, a lot of that is put, when we think of value and worth, a lot of times we attach that with like a monetary thing. And in this instance, instead of attaching it to something that technically is just a piece of paper, right? That it's the thought and the emotions and the value we attach to the actual dollar bill, but really it's just a piece of paper. It could be a Skittle for all I fucking care. But you know, outside of that, you know, it's more about like maybe in this time, kind of giving yourself permission to ground, to take a step back, to look at your emotions in a practical manner, allow yourself to kind of be more objective about them versus subjective, and kind of see like, okay, what is it that these emotions are really telling me?
Right.
If you are resentful or are having a hard time forgiving someone, maybe, you know, even if it's yourself, maybe it's because on some level you are still expecting a thank you or an apology, acknowledgement in some way. Can you let that go? You know, can you, any anger that you're holding on to, is it just because really things did not go your way? You had certain plans and it was derailed. So now there's a little power struggle, control issue, instead of working in the flow of spirit and asking to co-create the reality that serves you best, you know? So I think when we use our emotions as feedback, it allows us to explore them, you know, and explore the depths of them. Like the Cancer energy, especially with a full moon, allows us to be shown. But I think it also gives us that practicality, that groundedness, that slight detachment, so we don't get too overwhelmed with it, and we can actually from there have more of a strategy or a plan of action and how we want to move through them, setting up, you know, space for the next best thing. And that's why I think the Capricorn energy comes in. So I think the two together, being feminine, Mother Earth, and Cancer being the sign of the mother, I think it's a good opportunity for us to not only put nurturing ourselves in the foreground for this next year, but also to just give gratitude and thanks for, you know, the divine feminine in all her glory to carry us through this time and give us that opportunity to create something new. I know you pulled the star tarot card, and so for me that's almost kind of like, you know, follow your true north, you know, that
Right.
north star. We just had um the conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, which was seen as like the Christ star. So it's like following your true north. And to me, that also speaks on following your intuition. What is it that really, truly brings light into your life during these darker moments? like the full moon shows us,
Right.
you can still be beautiful through all your phases. Sometimes you're seen, sometimes you're not, but regardless, you're still whole. And the Lover's Tarot also reminds me of, I was talking to someone earlier about my nails, and what I was going to get done. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just do black, or I wasn't sure white. And I was like, maybe I'll do black and white, because then it's like the masculine and the feminine, and they
Right.
come together whole. And so you pull the Lover's Tarot. And to me, that's pretty cool because that does show that regardless whether it's to ourselves or outwardly, I don't want to say love is all we need, but that is the center point of your higher and your lower self. So to come together and marry those two and be in that space within yourself, I think it allows that possibility for everything to be fine.
Right.
Like you said in the third card.
I love that. And I'm just, yeah, I'm just happy to feel, because I think that
Means you're alive.
means you're alive, and the value in our
Alive.
emotions is real. And I just want us all to really remember that there's value in our emotions. There's value in how you're feeling, regardless if it's good or bad. There's value there. And I really hope we bring that into 2021 to allow us to make our choices and to guide us, like I was saying, because it really comes to your point, like you said, about your intuition. That is your intuition. What's crazy, as you were saying that, I was like, oh my God, I literally just did a reading for someone right before we got on here. And that's exactly what my message was. Allow your emotions to be more of your guide for the next year versus your mind.
Ah, yes, I like that. I like that, and I'm glad you had mentioned that valuing the emotions part, because I was kind of alluding to that earlier. I mean, I have my notes and stuff we talked about, but I think that's pretty. Sorry, my mom's calling. We just talked about the mother, and my mom's calling. So triple goddess is in effect over here. Um, but yeah, it's just I like that switching like from what we value. This whole year has taught us to value the little things, the smaller things, things that are free. They
Yeah.
say the best things in life are free, but when you think about it, love, honesty, someone just supporting you, someone showing up, like, all of our sponsors that we've had this year, us supporting each other through things.
Right.
Because there's been a lot of times where both of us were on the phone crying and talking about stuff before meditation and what we going to talk about to let it all out. So, peace, having a certain amount of peace or just stillness. A lot of these things that
Yes.
we've overlooked or maybe taken for granted in a way have been brought now to the forefront. And I think putting more value on how we feel will definitely help to propel us into this next phase, this next age of Aquarius and all this with hopefully a little more smoothness, because you are listening to that voice from within, and that is your connection to your
Yourself.
star, your higher, higher self.
Yes.
And
Yes. But a ladybug just literally, I don't know where it came from, but it literally just flew like this.
yeah. Ladybug's like, and confirmation.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna try not to cry during meditation, but I'm going
If you
to.
do, it's okay. It's part of
I'm gonna cry, people.
It's all right. Go ahead and just take a nice deep breath. Knowing that there's no pressure, no rush. Settling in your own time. Giving yourself permission to relax. Just bringing your awareness into this moment. giving yourself full permission just to be present at this time. Just breathe. And relax. As you begin to settle into this moment, you'll begin to shift your focus and awareness into the space around you. Shifting your focus and just noticing the things that may be flowing through the mind. Taking time to just breathe. Slowly sinking deeper within. Just noticing how you're feeling this evening, this day, this time, this space. Beginning to build awareness of your physical body and just acknowledging any areas of tension, any areas within the body calling for your physical attention. Sending that breath and love to those areas, inviting them to relax and just be at ease. And when you're ready, you'll expand your awareness, tuning into your connection to spirit or source, the divine. However you identify with that great spirit that moves through us. The power of your imagination, your intention, trusting in yourself and following your intuition. can expand your awareness, subtle energy, presence, as you allow yourself to move beyond the space that you're in, expanding beyond your city limits, state, country, moving beyond those borders and expanding beyond this earth, allowing your awareness to reach the far, far edges of the universe, taking once again a nice, slow, steady deep breath as you fall into stillness. Relax. You have full permission to just relax and breathe. Allow everything to just slow down. Allowing a sense of calmness to wash over you. Feeling yourself settle into a space of safety, security, stillness. Just breathing. Relaxing even deeper. And soon you'll begin to sense, see, divine golden light making its way to you from the far edges of the universe. It gracefully flows, finding you here in this moment, gently resting upon the crown of your head. You allow your crown to be illuminated by this light, fully opening, flourishing, connecting you to the wisdom of the highest creative essence that serves you. All blocks have been removed. As you allow your mind to open, you become more aware of your thoughts, just allowing them to flow through. As you open your third eye, begin to see and visualize this light moving down your face, relaxing the jaw, any tension within the neck or the shoulders begins to melt away. This light flows down the arms, into your hands and your fingertips. Give yourself permission to let go of everything you've been holding on to and just seeing what it would feel like to be that free. To fill your heart with light. Feeling it become at ease, relaxing, all heaviness just melting away, flowing down into the earth. Breathe. Relax. Safe and loved. Breathe this in and relax just a little deeper. With a heart filled with light, begin to move this energy, this golden energy down to the belly. And as it flows down the back and into your hips, it overflows. You give yourself permission to feel and flow and to move with this energy. releasing any emotional muddiness and giving yourself permission to explore what emotional safety, emotional security, emotional stability can not only look like, but truly feel like. Honoring all that you're feeling, knowing that it is of great value and worth, and so are you. In this muddy space, you begin to see the seedling, a light, begins to grow and bloom, moving all the way up through the body, blossoming out the crown of the head. It's 1,000-petal lotus. And you become aware of all that you've experienced and all that you've grown through and gone through during this time as an individual and as a collective. Feel that sense of transformation. A light begins to settle in, and you remember that you are infinite love and light. Within you have all access, the questions and stirrings of your heart. As you honor your emotions, you create a greater sense of self, stronger connection to your intuition, which will always guide you back to the cycles, the rhythms of all within and out. Just breathe. Acknowledge all that you've been feeling. Taking a deep inhale, exhaling, letting it all go. Relax. Soften the space between the brows. Relax your jaw, neck, and your shoulders. Can you let go and surrender just a little more? How much more trust can you put into your process? Acknowledging what you're feeling. And just following that energy in motion. Seeing where it leads you. You're safe. To follow that guidance from within. Honor that feedback. Take stock of your value. And just noticing, how is it that you truly want to feel? As you move into this time, this year ahead, what would it feel like to know that you are safe, supported, secure, love, that everything is just fine. All is working in your favor. Consciously choose to breathe and relax in this space. Redefining this as your new reality. As you continue honor your feelings, creating space to feel better. To experience better. To create better and better. Slowly, softly, gently, gracefully. Call your presence, awareness, all time, space, dimensions, realities back into this new moment. As you become skin aware of your physical body, whether your toes, fingers, gentle stretch, give yourself a hug, like love. Gently opening the eyes and coming out of trance when you are ready.
Okay. Beautiful. I'm just feeling it over here. You know, it's weird. My Venus is in Cancer, and then it's in my 12th house, which is like the complete opposite of feelings, really. It's like the house of endings and beginnings or something, or I don't know. It's like a
Yeah.
psychic-y house, but it's so
Yeah.
interesting that I'm feeling so feely. Alrighty. That was amazing. We all needed that. Thank you so much. Hidden things. Hidden things. Yes, Tiffany. It's the house of hidden things. And that's probably why I'm feeling so much, because it's usually hidden and now it's here. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have we have Taika with a Cancer moon. So she will be one of our winners for Majestic Intentions. So Taika, make sure that you DM Majestic Intentions. And then is there a Capricorn sun on the line? Are you on the line? You know, it's interesting. It's cool how the obviously it's how cycles work, but it's cool that it like flipped, because you know all the new moons, all the full moons this year. What am I saying? A lot of them were at the beginning of the month. And now because we had that double one, yeah, because we had that double blue moon, now they'll all
Yeah,
be at the end of the month for next year. Very cool.
interesting.
Very cool.
I like that. Cool.
Any Capricorn sun or another Cancer moon, if there's another Cancer moon on here. And then what's something that Kisha or I mentioned that would be a good
You can
thing. I don't even
one
know.
of the questions.
Yeah, I can't even think. Shay, you are Cancer moon. Cool. Shay's our second winner. And we talked about a lot of things.
And does anybody remember what the first tarot card was?
Yes, that, or I was also going to say, if anyone knows which tarot card the Capricorn is, that's a weird one, but if you know it, which
Yeah.
tarot card is the Capricorn tarot card in the deck? I want to see if anyone gets that, and if not, Marina can go get this one. But I really, if someone does know the which tarot card rules.
Good question, but not. That's cool.
Rules. Okay, so no. So Marina, she said it first. I saw her here first. Danielle did also tune in, but Marina will be our third winner. And just for shits and gigs, so Marina, Shay, and Taika, make sure that you guys DM Jessica Majestic Intentions. And the tarot card that is the Capricorn is the Devil.
Oh.
It is. It's interesting because it's the horns, obviously, because of the goat, the horns and the devil, the goat. But the devil is about addiction a lot of times, and Capricorns have this tendency to overindulge in work, overindulge in aesthetic, like how they're perceived. And it can allow them to kind of get drawn into that type of energy where they're not connecting. Their ego, right? Like, well, how are people perceiving me? I can't stop this job, or I'm gonna look this way, whatever. So the devil is that check. Like, make sure that you are not allowing that energy to drag you or to be your guide. And it can be like Capricorn energy can be very like I said, addicted. Like, I gotta go to the gym all the time. I gotta do this. I gotta, have that perfect.
Like very success oriented,
Yes.
very success, like, yeah.
And they don't just do it half-ass. They do it 100% every time, everything. So it's like, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. So yeah, our new moon will be our next connection, and there might be some announcements between now and then. If not, we'll see you guys in the new moon. Let's see what else anyone said. I wish I had I didn't get my superhuman vision yet from the 21st. It's coming.
It's on back order.
It's loading. It's still loading. I know, Danielle. Okay, so Felicia, happy New Year, y'all. Love this as always. Happy New Year. Yes, happy New Year, you guys. Happy New Year. I hope you guys have a great New Year. Be safe, stay home or not, but don't wear a mask. I'm staying home.
Yeah, I normally don't like to really go out on New Year's Eve. I'm kind of more of a rather like stay at home. I mean, I have gone out, but like I don't mind staying at home. I don't have a like I gotta be out like kind of thing, So,
right.
Like I prefer to just kind of chill and just be with people I'm close to, and not do too much. So
this will be my first, not my first. Well, it will be my first one literally by myself, and I'm very much so looking forward to it. Cannot wait. So
yeah, just kind of like real chill. Everybody's had like a long year, so it's just like,
yes,
let's just go into this next rhythm and cycle,
Legit. Well, we're excited to see you guys all in 2021. Thank you so much for being so supportive of us and getting through this year with us. Hopefully, sometime next year we will be able to do this live again at Ode to Wonder, because that would be really great to see you guys and connect like we want and intended this to be. So hopefully next year we'll be back at least by the end of the year in person, hopefully. So y'all have a good night, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Guys. And thank you.